the checkered flag is next to Hülkenberg's name. He will have no effort, and once again, he'll be plumb last.
Shocker from Haas, absolute shocker. They've left him in the lurch, and he needed to be popping in a Verstappen time on an outlap to be getting through. He obviously went round pretty quickly to get that close.
Alex Albon rapid in that first sector as you climb the hill looking for an improvement. Oh, look how much improvement there is out there. Albon to P2.
Zhou's in trouble as well. Both Alfa Romeos could be left in the lurch here. They're currently safe, but Tsunoda jumps to 11th. Bottas creeping down. Zhou's on the brink.
Who are we going to lose here? Magnussen has one flying lap to go. Alonso moves up to second position. There are opportunities out there. Norris down in the drop zone as well.
Tsunoda's time may well not be good enough from 12th because there's loads of improvement still to come. Here we go with Esteban Ocon out of the final corner, driving it straight towards the line and minimise the distance. He goes up to 8th.
It's good enough for him. What about Lando Norris? Directly behind the British driver, looking to force his way through. It's 12th position. It's an improvement. It's just, but there's no form for Norris compared to before. Now here's Lance Stroll. He gets to 13th. Gasly into the drop zone, gets a chance to respond and does so up to P10. Yuki Tsunoda into the drop zone. Magnussen is 18th. Bottas in 17th. Zhou comes over the line in 19th. And Hülkenberg didn't even get a go. Frantic stuff once again.
Wow, I think that's it, no?
Yeah, unfortunately that's it.
Very interesting execution there.
Yep, sorry Nico, we got it wrong.
Russell escaping by a 10th of a second, but it was very, very tight, all about those final runs.
That's too early.
Okay, Lance, we've committed to this, we've got to go.
So that's Stroll's message on the radio. He doesn't believe he can fire up the temperature into its operating window. It would give you better grip if you could fire it up, but he doesn't think he can.
Spray coming off the back, but look, he'll find a bit of dry line when he gets down to Les Combes, and then it's a little bit slippery through these apexes. Try and lean on it when there's a drier patch. I don't know if it's going to be enough for Lance Stroll.
It gets better. As you go down the hill, it gets better. It really pinches in the dry line, the non-existent dry line at Les Combes, and also here at Rivage. There's nothing to play with, but in the traction zones, that's when the water has been cleared. He's tiptoeing round and he's into the wall, and to end the session, Lance Stroll took the gamble. Lance Stroll's gamble ends in the barriers at turn 9, and it means that the red flag is out with not enough time to restart the session. So out goes Stroll, along with Alonso, who was on an outlap, along with Albon, Sargent, and Daniel Ricciardo, who will not get an opportunity to improve at the end. And that was always going to be the risk if you went on medium tyres. That was always going to be the risk if you left just one lap. Sometimes you gamble and you look like a genius. Sometimes you gamble and it's just a smidge too early.
Here's Leclerc then into the bus stop. Right, left, might be a little bit slippery here until you find the drier patch on the exit. Didn't look too bad.
Good lap when you've gone across the line, first of all, when you're feeling out the grip. 152.5 for him. His teammate is next, driver who started at the front here in the past. He goes over the line and Sainz is way off. Sainz will push again, surely. After that, Norris, rapid in the middle part of the lap. Let's see what the driver can do. Can he go ahead of the Ferraris? He can! That's a super time, straight out of the box. Verstappen is only marginally up on Lando Norris, to give you an idea of how good it is. And can Hamilton maintain the pace all the way to the line? He was so committed through that first sector. Lewis Hamilton to the line. Lewis Hamilton to the front of the field. Great time, and it's over to Max Verstappen next.
Verstappen finding a bit of time. He was strong in the final sector yesterday, and he's looking strong again right now. Out of the final corner, can he go top? No, he goes second.
Second fastest for Verstappen. Game on in sprint shootout qualifying.
Now pick up the pace, Max. We don't have much margin, you need to pick up the pace.
Perez is pushing. He was going rapidly there. This is different programs meeting in the middle. The others backed off. Perez carried on. It's still good enough. It's still good enough with the track drying out, and Perez had to find his way through. Others now attacking at the end of the shootout.
Checo's still pushing though, and he's starting it right behind Charles Leclerc. Here comes Verstappen. He's going to make it by a couple of seconds.
Look at that. They told him to get on with it, and that's the reason why. Perez is top of the sprint shootout at the moment. These are the final laps to set the grid for the 15-lap sprint later on. This is all on the line. All 10 drivers currently in contention. Pierre Gasly is projected to go quicker than Perez's fastest time. So they're all in the mix now. One mistake for a driver ahead could affect those behind. Charles Leclerc is the fastest driver through the first sector, but that's what we were talking about. If he found the wall there, he would have affected everyone's lap behind, and it could have been advantage Gasly.
And Gasly is set to go top of the times right now. Leclerc had a big slide, and Perez is just behind him, remember, and that might now bulk Checo for the second half of the lap.
4 drivers are currently up on the fastest time set by Perez at various stages of the lap. It's now 5 drivers. It's all in the mix. But Gasly's gone first. He's done multiple laps. The checkered flag flies. Gasly, who's never been at the front in qualifying before, is 0.6 of a second ahead. Everyone must respond.
Norris does the fastest middle sector. Now Piastri does the fastest middle sector. That's a monster middle sector from Oscar Piastri. He is 1.7 seconds quicker than Lewis Hamilton there. It's huge.
Verstappen is up on Gasly's time, but there are others going rapidly as well. Charles Leclerc looking to try and compete with Pierre Gasly. Carlos Sainz to the front of the field. That's the first Ferrari. Here's the second one. Can Leclerc do it? No, he can't. And it's all eyes to McLaren. Norris is third. But what about Oscar Piastri, who's just in his 12th Grand Prix weekend? Piastri to the front of the field with a superb time. Over to you, Max Verstappen. Oh, he's got him! He's got him by 11 thousandths of a second! Absolutely extraordinary as Verstappen brings the crowd to their feet. Yesterday, 0.8 of a second. Today, 11 thousandths of a second. It will be Verstappen and Piastri on the front row of the grid for the sprint. That was incredible. The top 3 separated by 0.02 of a second.
P2's mega, mate, but you'll be frustrated to know that Verstappen is only 11 milliseconds ahead.
There wasn't much left in that lap. Probably 11 milliseconds, but yeah, well done everyone. Cheers for that, thank you.
The man's a heartbreaker, isn't he, Max Verstappen? Wow, unbelievably tight. Verstappen takes it again then by 11 thousandths.